Glad you can make it.
Welcome to Metaphiles. This is the podcast show. It's the show podcast where we talk. Whoa!
Cut. Nah. Okay, keep going, man. Just fucking keep going, dude.
Welcome to Metaphiles. It's the show. It's the
Cut. And action.
Welcome to Metaphiles. This show.
Cut. Action.
It's welcome to Metaphiles. This show is podcast.
Cut. Action.
Welcome to Metaphiles. Hi.
Cut. Action.
Welcome to Metaphiles. This is the show, and it's a podcast. And this podcast is a show that... Can I have one more?
Cut. Action.
Welcome to Metaphiles. It's the podcast that talks to you, of course. And here we are on episode 65. I'm Zach.
Cut. Action.
Hi, welcome to Metaphiles. This is the podcast that talks to you. I'm Zach.
I'm Jason, the director.
And it is, of course, the show where we...
Action.
Open.
Cut. Action.
Can I have one more?
Cut. Action.
Welcome to Metaphiles. This is the podcast that talks to you. I'm Zach. I'm Zach.
I'm Jay.
And
cut. Action. I'm Jason.
welcome to Metaphiles.
Cut. Action.
I'm Jason.
Cut. Okay. Let's have one of those cut actions right here. Cut. Action. That's the sound of the film, the film things. Metaphiles, episode 65, scene 1, take 30.
Hi. Welcome to the Metaphiles. I'm Zach.
I'm Jason.
And this is, of course, the podcast that talks to you. Here we are on episode 65. And each week on this podcast, we discuss what we're going to do in the podcast, and then we do what we discussed that we were going to do. And what that is that we discuss and then do that we discussed that is we take it the topic. We take it to the topic.
Is this Cover Your Ass podcast?
Nope.
Cover Your Ass podcast?
Just explaining it, just making sure I explain it really good. We take the we, the world, and the why, and we talk about all of those. And first we talk about that we're going to do that, and then we do that.
And then we do it.
And so now we're through the part where we said that's what we're going to do, and now that's the part that we are going to begin doing that now.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And this week, coffee. The drink. But did you, Jay, want to...
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to let everybody know that we're an underground podcast, and we're trying to avoid any and all manner of algorithm. If you see an algorithm interacting with the show in any way, please let us know. We'll see what we can do to get rid of it.
Yes.
But we want to provide a space online for our viewers where they can escape the influence of the algorithms, which so presumptuously seek to direct your attention without your consent.
That's right.
We know you're here because you actually want to be here, and we appreciate that. We want to keep it that way. So keep on watching and tell everybody else, because that's the real life, antithesis to an algorithm. Hey, this is cool. When did we stop doing that as a nation? I don't know, but it's time to start doing it again.
And furthermore, if I may.
You may furthermore.
Please don't yell cut.
We're right there.
Okay.
On thin ice.
Beyond wanting to create a safe space for people to avoid the algorithm, we, quite frankly, want to help you to fight back against the algorithm. Mm-hmm. The algorithm is controlling you and what you see. Mm-hmm. But we're not doing that. We're telling you can see the metaphiles, and when you see the metaphiles, you're helping to fight the algorithm. Mm-hmm. We are Jay and I are from here on out anti-algorithm warriors, or Oz. And if
that is our pledge to you.
That's our pledge, is we're going to be Oz forever. And I mean, for now. So just keep watching and fight that algorithm.
Fine. Fight algorithm. Aw.
Aw.
Let's have that one right here. Aw.
Oh, and earlier... Oh.
Hi, welcome to the podcast.
Metaphiles?
Welcome to Metaphiles.
Hi.
What's up?
You
cut yourself off with the theme song.
I did accidentally, and when I hear the theme song, I think, okay, time to get ready for the show.
Yeah.
Show's already happening. Let me make sure. Hi, welcome to Metaphiles. No, it already is happening. Earlier today, apropos of nothing.
Apropos what?
Apropos of nothing.
Uh-huh.
Apropos... Never mind. Apropos never mind. Started beatboxing to my dog. And I want to try to recreate what I was doing because I thought it was a pretty solid beat. I don't consider myself to be a beatboxer, but I thought I had a pretty good thing going.
Mm-hmm. We did the whole theme song a cappella,
That's
not
true, but
you
sharp-eared listeners would note that I took the non-beat portion.
Mm. All right, so you're taking on the beat duties.
I would like to try to lay down a beat, and I'd like it to go on Beats Me, the Beats Me sample pad, if it can. Hi, welcome to Metaphiles. So here we go. I want to try and recreate what I was doing. Nope. Mm-mm.
Cut.
It was slower. It was cooler.
Take it slow and cool. Very nice.
Thank you. It was better.
You know what? How about you
before.
put it on the Beats Me?
Ooh.
And actually, let's turn a corner here with the Beats Me.
Oh.
Let's do the 3D Beats Me.
Whoa.
Okay?
How do we do that?
So, okay, you lift it up here and you got the 6 pads.
Yeah.
So just use that as a mental image, and it's right here in our mind. And so...
No.
This sample,
Too complicated.
They did it in Minority Report.
Well...
Too complicated for Tom Cruise? All right, well...
Tom Cruise is the guy who does his own stunts.
Okay, add it to the 2D Beats Me. We'll work on the concept there.
Yeah, if you can come back with a full Minority Report pitch,
okay,
then I'm there.
I could do that.
Right now, all I'm hearing is I have to be as talented as Tom Cruise at being 3D.
You are.
Okay, here I go.
Aw.
Aw.
Cut. Action. Cut. Action. Aw.
Aw.
Wow. That's a beat.
Should that go on the 2D beats?
Yeah, let's add that one.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's a beat. That's a beat. Hell yeah. Filling it fast.
Yeah, really.
Prime real estate.
Okay. That was a lot of preamble.
Well, yeah, let's cut to the chase here.
Let's cut to the chase. Jay, do you like coffee?
Yeah. Yep, I drink two mugs a day. I've about up to the top on such a mug as this. One in the morning, one in the afternoon.
One at supper time.
Nah. Just one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
Yeah. Around that lunchtime slump.
Yeah. 2 or 3 o'clock rolls around and feeling a little slumpy. You feeling all slumped up.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, for me, I think it's just like my family did this, like, after a meal, usually after dinner time, a lot of time. It's a good meal, have coffee afterwards.
A digestif.
Yeah. So that's kind of a thing too.
Of course, we all
After
know
lunch.
the famous coffee slogan: "When you're feeling when you're feeling slumped up."
Cut.
Yep.
When you're feeling slumped up.
Can we get action? I'm ready.
Action.
When you're feeling slumped up. Sorry, can I have one more?
Cut. Action.
When you're feeling slumped up, dump that cup up. I think I got it on that one.
When you're feeling slumped up, dump that cup up.
It's the famous slogan. I think it's Maxwell House.
Yeah, it was Maxwell House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slumped up, dump that cup up. I have a problem with coffee. You want to hear about it?
Yeah, let's hear about Zach's coffee problems.
It was just one.
Oh, okay. I do you want to hear about it?
Okay, I can try and come up with a second one.
Nah, we're not into we're just straight shooters on this show.
Okay. It just seemed like it could have been a good segment, but
Yeah.
but okay, here's the one that I have. You said you put the coffee right up to there.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I fill a coffee cup up about halfway, and I still feel like the damn thing's gone cold by the time I'm done with it. And then I just fill it. I just keep filling it up. I fill it up halfway. I get it to about there. It's cold. Fill it back up to about there. Cold again.
You're a top offer.
I'm a big top offer.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's all the way up to there, there's no way I'm making it through that whole thing before it gets cold.
Are you sure you really want to drink coffee?
Yes. Hot though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I have no such problem at all. It does happen on occasion, but
What am I doing wrong?
well,
I don't put anything in it
yeah.
except for ice.
Where do you set it down? Is it within arm's reach?
In the fridge.
No, you don't.
Yeah. I take a big drink of coffee, set it in the fridge, go do some of my work, go back, take another drink out of the fridge. It's cold.
I'll remind you, as I pointed out, we're straight shooters on this podcast. We don't talk no crap, no bullshit.
All right. Where do I put it? In my hand or next to my leg?
I'm trying to help.
You're right. I hold it in my hand, or sometimes I have it sitting next to my leg, cradled against my leg on the couch cushion. Wow. This is my most typical two places that a coffee is located
Precarious.
for me. Well, I've only got it filled up halfway.
I see.
That's not why. It's because of the heat. If it was filled up all the way, I would have to come up with a whole new system, because I'm not trying to burn my leg, let alone what my leg is next to.
Well,
my stomach.
and from there, it's carte blanche.
Mm-hmm.
Where else could it go? Anywhere. Paris, France.
Yes.
Yeah, well, then in that case, I would say maybe look into vessels with insular properties.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just a classic coffee mug. If you're drinking that slow, I mean, it's not a problem. You can drink it as slow as you want, but it is going to get cool, and they make cups that will stop that from happening if...
You're right.
You know?
Yeah, you're saying that my problem has a complete and simple solution.
Yeah.
Easily achieved.
Mm-hmm. That's in fact exactly what I'm saying. You're welcome. Huh. Hey, also...
Check back, see if anything's changed.
Stay tuned. They should make koozies for coffee mugs.
Oh.
Accounting for the handle,
yes.
called a kufi.
A kufi.
A kufi.
Kufi. The handle could have a zipper part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, or a little cardigan.
Like a little tent.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can unzip it and then be able to put your fingers through there.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Kufi.
Oh.
That way you can still use your favorite mug.
Yeah.
And endow it with insular properties.
And my favorite mug says my other mug is a Metaphiles mug. That's my favorite mug. It says it on both sides.
Yeah. Another brilliant piece of merch from us.
Yes.
Koofies, leather t-shirts, all kinds of great shit.
The reason these mugs aren't for sale yet is because it's very expensive to make. Not sure what we can price point them at. But a very simple mug that just white with black text that says my other favorite mug has the Metaphiles logo on it. Mm-hmm. Because all those fucking
cheap
as gum.
Yep. Ain't no doubt about that.
Let's talk type of coffee.
Mm.
And I'll start.
Go ahead.
I'm going to just go ahead and lay it out bare here.
Give us a precedent.
I'm a decaf man now.
Oh.
I know there's certain people out there that are going to think that makes me weak. Spineless. Low energy.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Slow moving.
Mm-hmm. Just let it out.
Unenergetic. I'm none of those things.
Uh-huh.
I just got sick of feeling all cracked out at a certain point. Because here's what the other part of how it goes for me.
It's like actual crackheads say that. You feel ever sick of just being cracked out.
That's why I smoke decaf crack now. Because here's the other thing, okay? I make a full pot.
Sure.
Then I fill up halfway. Then I drink half of that. Then the rest is cold. Then I do that again.
Yeah.
Rinse, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the rinsing part.
I was about to say, what do you rinse?
I don't rinse. By the end of that, I have drank basically an entire pot of coffee.
Sure.
Within the span of a couple of hours.
Sure.
Takes a lot of refilling to get this done.
You need the energy to go back to refill your cup.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And that little bit of energy that decaf still has, I burn off from that, and then I'm good to go.
Exactly.
Because I like coffee a lot, and I want to drink that whole pot.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to drink it all in the morning. I don't do one.
And you want it to be hot.
My morning lasts through lunch.
Yes. Bat
That's,
hours.
That's my lifestyle.
Yes.
My morning lasts until the evening.
You call it the morning orb.
Yes.
It's like, that's the sun.
Yes. And by the time the morning
ball's still here.
By the time the morning orb has ceased its tortures upon me, I was fucking going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like shit.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All
right.
cranked.
Cranked, baby.
I was as cranked as Jason Statham. I was as cranked as Krang. I was as cranked as heck. So I switched to decaf. And I think that means I like coffee even more.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed with coffee, not for its effects, but for its other effects.
Because you're a real friend. You didn't ask what your coffee could do for you. You asked what you could do for your coffee.
Yeah, I asked what my coffee could not do for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wow. You just like inadvertently made the ultimate political statement of the 21st century. Ask not what your country could do for you. Ask what it could please stop doing.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Think about it.
Pretty good.
Think about it. Call me Mao. J Mao.
J Mao.
Anyways.
Yes. So that's my type of coffee. Back when I was on regular coffee, and we'll obviously have a whole other avenue to go down here. Ethiopian roast, best coffee I ever tasted in my whole life. And I would go full calf on that if I saw some around. I'd do it, and I'd risk what come.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's get an image of you on the fact tube, full calf.
Okay.
Whoa! Whoa! Whew. Heated up the fact tube there, rendering that likeness. Woo!
Jay, back to you.
Thank you for that segment, Zach. Jay here with your latest news of breaking story. What Jay likes for coffee.
Sip, 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 sip.
There we go, right there. Yeah. So I do cheap drip coffee. Calf, give me the calf. But just give me the cheap shit. And like, there's some cheap shit that tastes better than other cheap shit. Coffee, as far as cheap shit goes, a lot of variety in the cheap shit world. A lot of cheap shit variety, and it's like, you want cheap shit, you can have different kind of cheap shit. It doesn't have to be all the same cheap shit. I like the 8 o'clock blend, which I was introduced to by Laura, our esteemed former guest. And it's like a surprisingly good coffee flavor of what you want coffee to taste like. But it's a cheap blend.
Sour. Burnt.
No. Like chocolatey and smooth, not a bitter aftertaste too much.
And do you want to shout out the brand?
8 o'clock.
That's the brand.
The brand is 8 o'clock blend, yep.
Oh.
And it tastes just as good at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
7 o'clock?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll wait and see.
Okay.
I forgot. Okay, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
I'm pretty sure you skipped 10 straight from 8 to 10 the first time. I think.
Really?
I don't know.
But anyways, I like that. And like usually I'll just do a little
2
bit.
2 p.m.?
Yeah. It tastes good then.
Cool.
It should be called good tasting coffee at all hours.
Yeah.
Around the clock blend. But yeah. And I'll do it usually with sugar in it, no cream or anything like that, just sugar. And then sometimes we'll just do black, no sugar at all. But yeah.
And then sometimes you just eat some sugar, no black at all.
No, don't do that.
Oh.
Yeah, and I drink it like a normal person. I don't need to top it off.
And of course, when you say that you drink it like a normal person, what you mean is,
I fill up a mug to the top, and I drink it before it goes cold.
Yes.
Most times. 6 out of 8 times.
Yes. And that is what we have, as a society, have decided is normal.
Yeah, that's true. And if you're not normal, you should be ridiculed and dragged through the dirt by your friends and enemies alike.
Yes.
Isn't that right?
That's right.
Good.
Anything that's not normal should be treated that way.
Yep. It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll kill us if we don't.
Yes. Yeah. Things that are different than me
deserve death.
Will want to do me harm. Certainly.
That could hurt me.
Yeah.
You're not the same as me. That might hurt.
Yeah.
Go away.
Ouch.
I'm going to hurt you.
Potentially.
We're getting like this surprisingly political episode so far.
Yeah. Well, politicians drink coffee.
Ooh.
I think.
So you're saying we get rid of politics? Wait, we get rid of coffee, we solve politics.
Boy, I don't think I'm ready to even go there in segment 1.
Maybe after another cup, huh?
Maybe. Yeah. Hey, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee.
That's the way how you filibuster.
8
hours
Senator.
later. So there's no working coffee machine?
Senator, please hold. It's still too hot. I can feel that it's still too hot, sir. Please. Nope, not quite. Sir, I believe I have the floor. Oh, sir.
You have a big future in politics, I think. As we both do.
And of course, coffee and us. It would behoove us.
Uh-huh.
And we would be unbehooved, not.
We want to be behooved.
We want to be behooved, not unbehooved.
Mm-hmm.
To discuss, we met Slinging the Old Joe. We've talked about it before.
Slinging the Old Joe?
We were coffee jockeys.
Oh, yeah.
Baristas.
Barista.
Serving up French blends.
Yeah.
Serving up city roast.
That's right.
Serving up almond milk.
That's right.
Serving up latte, cappuccino, flat white, macchiato, frappuccino. Oh!
Clearly you were a barista.
Yeah, I know all the terms.
That's your resume.
Where do I see
Just
myself
naming
in 5 years? Serving macchiato, cappuccino, latte, flat white. Oh!
Wow. Passionate about coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
Yep. We did.
We did the steam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you know, I hope our former boss isn't watching this anymore. But one time, we spent a good hour steaming up different sodas and seeing what that tastes like.
Oh, sorry, Kevin.
Sorry,
you can't fire us
Kevin.
anymore. You just have to be mad. He might shoot us.
That's true. But,
Please don't shoot us.
yes, we were just kidding. And we cleaned off the nozzle.
Yeah, steamed soda.
Steamed soda. I maintain it could be a thing. It was pretty good, some of it.
At the time, maybe I agreed, but I was probably just being kind.
Well, it worked.
Well, maybe if I tasted it again. But yeah, I mean, steamed soda?
Steamed soda.
We did.
Okay.
I snorted coffee grinds into my nose. Worked. Yeah.
I shot up some soy milk.
Mm-hmm.
Felt killer.
Yeah.
Felt killer.
You also constructed a robot with artificial intelligence.
That's true. Yes, I created a robot that was able to do my job. It was able to say all
Flawlessly.
of the phrases that I say.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like what size? It did it just as good as that.
Yep.
I went into my current job where I am no longer a barista. I am now a bartender.
Oh,
I went from uppers to downers. That's my career trajectory.
word.
And I was there, and I just really didn't want to be there that much that day. And the day shift person who I was replacing was like, "Man, they're being fucking annoying today."
Mm.
And I was like, had just gotten there. She was finishing up. I was sort of looking at shit on my phone. And I was like, "Well, do you want to go on strike? Let's go on strike today." And she was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Everybody, we're on strike. It's a quiet little dive bar, so you can yell at everybody, and they know you're just having fun." She's like, "We're on strike." And I said, "Yeah, I'm on strike. Can everybody tell the difference?" And everybody laughed because it's funny because they can't because I don't work very hard. And I didn't back then either. Spent my time making robots out of a paper plate and a broom.
Constructing solutions for mankind's future is what you were doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was like the original Chat GPT, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's true.
Hey, what would happen if you gave Chat GPT a cup of coffee?
Whoa.
Something funny.
Whoa.
Something crazy would happen.
It would compute twice as fast.
Yeah.
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 Well, welcome to Layup Players.
It'd be so fast.
It would. His podcast might be better than his podcast, potentially. There's an idea that I have about podcasts. And this week, I think a good podcast would be Black Morning Joe. It's a morning podcast, and there's no sweetener and no milk or dairy shit of any kind. It's just a straight shit. Ain't gonna sugarcoat shit, alright? So welcome to Morning Joe. It's another fucking Tuesday morning. It's gonna be a shitty one, but I hope we're all ready for it. Zach, what do you got?
The traffic sucks.
It fucking sucks. There's no two ways about it. There's nothing sweet about that.
Half these cars out there on the road, I don't even know if they're cars.
Just keep saying that straight shit, man.
Seems to me like half these cars that are out there these days are just an iPad sat on top of a skateboard.
That's the straight shit right there. And a lot of people try to be like, well, you know what, blah blah. Nah. It's an iPad on a skateboard. That's right.
Anybody that thinks these iPads on skateboards are cars is
what about them?
Full of sugar, and I hate that.
Anybody that's full of sugar should get beat up.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Because you know what? What?
Did you know what?
No, I know what.
I know what. I don't think
you know what.
You say what you know what first.
I know that nothing good ever happens to anybody.
That's right.
It's all bitter. It's all hot going down. Okay.
You know what I know?
And that's the only way to live life this morning. What's up?
What I know is that when something's full of sugar, that thing is a piñata, and you do beat that up, get the sugar out of that.
You beat the shit out of it. That's right.
That's
I get all the sugar
all these people are full of sugars. There are a bunch of piñatas out there. A bunch of piñatas riding around on skateboards with iPads on them.
That's right. Yeah, and like they look at their little iPad interfaces to know where to go and shit like that.
Yeah. Whatever happened to using a printout from Google Maps that you print it out at home and look at?
Exactly.
That's how we used to drive.
That's the straight shit right there. You don't need any of that other shit in there. Just the straight shit.
Yeah. You used to have a GPS on your phone, but you printed it out with your printer at home.
You wouldn't print your phone, would you? You print it out on your printer and then you put it in your little on your iPad dashboard. Wait.
Hold on. Let me print out my whole phone. Okay. Let me turn to the page that's my email.
Yeah.
Flip.
Right.
A bunch of sugar.
You don't need any of that shit. Just drink it straight.
Drink it straight. Like we do.
That's right. We walk to work in bare feet.
That's right.
Shoes, sugary bullshit.
I walk to work in my bare feet looking at the printouts from Google Maps that I did at home.
Of your phone's email.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe there's an app for that. Bullshit.
There's a printer for that.
Yeah. And you know what else? Printers are bullshit too. You shouldn't print out shit. You should just remember it. That's just some extra sugary shit that you don't need there. You can just do it straight.
Are you saying printers are full of sugar?
Yeah. Printers are full of sugar, man.
Shit.
That's right. So, everyone going out to work today, you don't need to go to work.
Don't go to work.
Money is just a bunch of sugary bullshit that nobody really fucking needs. What are you going to buy? Sugar?
That's all you're buying.
That's right. You're just buying sugar. You just use your coffee. You don't need the sugar. Just drink the coffee without it.
Just don't go to work. Hit your printer with a big stick.
That's right.
Till all the sugar comes out.
No, you don't need a stick. Who needs a stick? I don't need all that extra shit. I got my bare hands.
You're right. Sticks are sugar. Sticks are sugar. You're right.
Sticks are
sugar. Beat the printer with your bare fists until all the sugar comes out of the printer and out of your fists.
That's right.
And then
walk to work.
And and punch the building you work in.
Punch the fucking building. Hey, welcome to work. No, you don't need that bullshit. Do it straight. Just punch the building.
Just punch the building you work at till all the sugar comes out of your fingers and your knuckles and your head.
Yeah. Well, let me go sit down at my desk. Fucking desk? You serious?
Desk.
What is that bullshit?
Pour water on that desk. It's going to melt because it's made of sugar.
It's going to dissolve. Just stand at work. Look at your work. You don't need a computer either. Just think about it.
Just sit at home thinking about your work is.
You don't need all that extra shit added in there. Who the fuck? Unreal, this generation. You know?
Sugar.
Well, listen to us next week.
Yep. And our sponsor this week is Entenmann's. If you want to get some really delicious cakes and donuts sent right to your door.
They're really tasty.
Delicious cakes and donuts.
Absolutely great.
Yeah, go to Entenmann's.com/no sugar. Well, Entenmann/no sugar will take you to the version of their thing that has less sugar in it.
Right.
Which that's my preferred version of eating it. We got is Entenmanns.com/no sugar/no sugar. So to get the promo code on the no sugar version.
You have to remember that it's multiple slashes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do that on your...
You'll get a nice discount.
You'll get a very nice discount. Send it right to your door. Punch the door when it gets there.
Yep. It'll be good. Fuck sugar, man.
Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
Let's see you next week. So yeah, that's the Morning Joe No Sugar podcast.
These guys were really mad.
Yeah, they just like straight coffee. They don't want anything in it.
Yeah, they really don't.
Yeah, they think people that put shit in their coffee are pansies and stuff like that. So
yeah, they think
if you
they're
didn't
weak,
catch up on
spineless, etc.
Yeah, all that stuff.
All that stuff.
Think about it.
Yeah, and we'll be right
Cut.
back.
Action.
Oh, we'll be right back.
Action.
Welcome back to Metaphiles. We got facts. It's coffee in the world. It's the part with facts in it.
Coffee in the world.
Coffee world. I'm Mike Myers. It's me, Mike Myers. Coffee.
Is it
Coffee time. Mike Myers.
Hi, Mike. Are you? I didn't know you were from New York. New York City?
I'm from Coffee Time. Oh, behave.
Wow.
Coffee time.
This is a really funny character.
It's Mike Myers. All of my characters are very funny. Shrek drinking coffee.
It's like I'm sitting next to Mike Myers right now.
Donkey. Kanye West made me uncomfortable. Coffee time. The word coffee reaches the English language through the Dutch koffie, but with a K and an I is in one of the E's. That comes from Ottoman Turkish. Kahve, from the Arabic kawa. Kahiya means to have no appetite, and QHH means dark color.
No appetite?
To have no appetite. If you drink a lot of coffee, you do have less of an appetite.
That's true.
It is legendarily Mike Myers, legendarily $1 million.
That's like saying I want $1 billion gajillion dollars.
Allegedly, Jay, the Ethiopian goat herd Kaldi saw his goats eating coffee straight from the vine.
Definitely what you want a goat to be doing is drinking coffee and getting more hyper.
Well, it is told that he saw them eat it, and then they were all jacked up. These goats went crazy. And he was like, this gives me an idea. I'll bring these.
I'm going to eat the goats.
This gives me an idea. That calmed him right down. He brought these beans, beans. Coffee is
It's a fruit, right?
It's a fruit. There you go. He brought
that's a fact. Sure, whatever.
He brought it to some monks, and the monks made it into a drink, and they drank the drink, and now the monks prayed all night long.
Whoa, extra prayer?
Yeah.
They're prayer beans.
Great. What are you doing?
I have to write down an LP idea that you just gave me.
Oh, this is a live Leia play is being documented. Is it Mike Myers cast?
No.
Okay. However, the true origins of when we began drinking coffee are unknown. Coffee was first exported out of Ethiopia, where it is believed to have been born, the first and still the best. From Ethiopia, it went to Yemen in the 15th century.
It's like Elvis, the first and the best, right? All the other subsequent Elvi, if you will. No bueno.
The other Elvises after Elvis?
The subsequent Elvis imposters. The Elvi.
Oh.
I just coined. I think pretty smart term. In fact...
Oh, go for it.
It was muted. You got the subtitles. You'll have to add that.
Did anybody ever do a thing where all the Elvis imposters were bitten by the original Elvis. He's the Dracula of all Elvises. That's trademarked.
That's so funny.
Bram Stoker's Elvis.
Oh, wow.
Okay, something there. Future Leia plays when I get to do it.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So from Ethiopia to Yemen, it spreads through Africa and the Middle East, spreads worldwide through Italy, beginning in around the 1600s, specifically in 1615. Pope Clement VIII gave coffee a papal pardon. Pope says coffee is cool with God. Drink it, pray all night. Papal pardon.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Papal pardon allows it to travel from Italy to Europe to the Americas. By the 16th century, it's all over the place. In the 18th century, Britain prefers tea because it's simpler and cheaper. In the age of sail, there was a whole age. British Royal Navy men liked coffee, though, but they couldn't get to it because it's not simple and it's not cheap. So they would make substitute coffee by dissolving burnt bread in hot water.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty grim. That's like, hey, here's McDonald's, and you put your flip-flop in the microwave. About the same exact thing.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Let's get a big flop. Like a Big Mac, but it's a flip-flop.
Oh, yeah.
I'd eat it.
Might be good. A little mustard on there. Oh, by the way, I see him crawling around down there.
Little spader.
In our last episode, sharp-eyed viewers may have noticed we had a little buddy hanging out, crawling on the camera, really being a camera hog.
Prima donna. Yeah.
And he's hanging out there right now. He could have he maybe did already, maybe he'll do it at some point in this episode. We do need to give him a name because I think he is part of the show now. He forced his way in.
Yeah, come on in. Introducing Spider Guy. So what have you been working on lately?
Webs? Cool.
What should his name be, though?
Ba 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 ba.
No, that was the band playing him on like it's a late night show. That's what that was.
Ba 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 ba.
Ba 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 ba.
Bubba.
Bubba. Okay. That works. And also that your little ba 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 spiel.
Ba 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 ba. Filled it up.
Fill it right up.
But we don't have time to do a beat right now because guess what? In the 1720s, Gabriel Declue, and he is, because he took a coffee plant to the French territory of Martinique in the Caribbean, and much of the world's cultivated Arabica coffee is descended still from that one plant. And Arabica coffee makes up
Arabica.
It's the second most. It's one of the two most common coffee beans, Arabica. One of the two most common types of coffee beans all came from this one plant that this one French dude brought there. I thought that was pretty fascinating.
Fella. Yeah,
nice
I mean
fella.
that. Talk about far-reaching.
Yeah.
Like you're pretty hard pressed to find a single simple action such as planting one little plant.
That guy deserves some of the money that's made from every company that ever had a business meeting where the Arabica coffee was drank at the business meeting. Like, he'd be the richest man in the world.
Easily.
Gabriel Declue.
Gabriel Declue.
Then we're going to, in 1727, in Brazil, coffee hits. 1822, Brazil gains independence. 1852, Brazil becomes the largest producer of coffee in the world. From 1910 to 1920, they made 70% of the coffee in the world in Brazil. By 2018, they still make 35%, still the most. It's all much more spread out, but
Gotcha.
Brazil's still in charge. Now we're going to take it over to America for a little while, Jay.
Let's take it over to the good old US of A.
In colonial North America, coffee was not initially popular because
Complicated and expensive? Oh, what?
booze was much preferred.
Yeah. Yeah. Real quick, by the way, on that note, does coffee help a hangover? I'm not sure if we touched on that during our hangover episode.
We drank some on the episode.
That's right, we did.
It's a
We didn't even ask if it was helping us.
it's at least a placebo.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're taking in some amount of hydration from coffee, so it helps on that level. But coffee also dehydrates you, I think. Should know that on this episode. Don't.
Yeah. No, it does. It's called a diuretic, which apparently makes you pee more.
Yeah.
So ergo.
Makes you pee out the bad spirits.
Yeah.
But it's at the very least placebo.
Yeah. Word.
But so, not that popular. Booze is way more popular. Then, 1773, a little thing called the Boston Tea Party happens, where they thought that the coffee was wicked bad. First person to ever make that joke. And in the War of 1812, England cuts us off from tea. They say, you can't have any more. You've thrown it all in the water. What was not even hot? Can't drink that.
Right, you can't drink it. It's salty water.
Well, guess what? You don't get no more. Drink your burnt toast in water.
They do the Queen's tea into the water.
And so we said, well, guess what? We don't want your tea. And we're also not going to do the thing about the burnt toast. We have coffee.
Yeah,
we're going to drink that.
Yeah, go burn fucking toast, you dickwads. We're going to drink coffee.
So at a certain point around this time, old John Adams, he said, quote, tea is a traitor's drink. It must be universally renounced, and I must be weaned. The sooner the better.
He said that?
Yes. John Adams, old tea head.
Self-aware.
So,
I must be weaned.
I must be weaned of the tea.
Spoken in anger.
I must be weaned of the tea. And all Americans like coffee now. And all Americans said, yeah, we do. And for 10 years, drinking coffee was like so patriotic.
That's dope as hell.
By that point, coffee was the American drink. And cowboys liked coffee. They were actually very well versed in coffee. They knew all different roasts and grinds and all this thing. They were like really up on it. But what they really liked was just a big pot of hot water with a fuckload of grounds in it. Get it so it's boiling hot, so you can barely even get it down. Drink it like that around the campfire.
Hell yeah.
That's how they liked it most. They didn't like it weak.
None of that sugar shit, man. Don't put none of that.
Some of these horses are just iPads on skateboards these days. Ain't they, Wayne? They called weak coffee dehorned belly wash or brown gargle.
Scathing.
Yes.
Scathing reviews.
So all this America runs on Dunkin'. Oh, a bit of news. Hot off the presses news as well.
Huh.
But before that, as much as America loves coffee, Canada, in fact, consumes more.
Yeah, well. We'll skate right over.
Yeah.
Pun intended. What was the Dunkin' news?
Looked up coffee today, went to the news tab just to see. Number one article, released today, as of when we recorded this today. Dunkin' is launching cans of coffee and tea, cold brew, spiked.
Oh, yeah? With booze?
Spiked with booze.
Sounds gross.
Sounds.
Not buying it.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you're going to buy a can of really sugary Irish coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a...
Four Loko.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the businessman's Four Loko.
That's how they're going to market it.
I predict these will be back off of the market within 1 year tops.
That's
just too dangerous.
Yeah. And, like, nobody asks for that shit.
Nobody asks for it. People are
time.
going to be very happy to receive it, too happy. And bad news lies this way.
I think kids are going to be, like, impressed with the apparent novelty of it, and they'll be the biggest market of, like, it's coffee and booze at the same time, and, like, normal people just be like, how about just booze and I'll drink the coffee later, or just, hey, that's mine.
I mean, like, think about how hard the hard seltzer.
I just like my coffee black, none of that extra shit and
none of this sugar and whiskey.
Wait.
But think about how hard the hard seltzer boom has hit us. It's like that. Everybody loves cold brew cans of coffee and Starbucks little glass bottles of that. Yeah. Now that gets you fucked up. Cha-ching, 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 illegal.
I suppose. I think it's pretty ill-fated. I'm not sure it'll make it to the ching phase of that.
We'll keep a watch on this.
All right.
We won't remember to. All right, so we visited America. We went to Canada. Now let's go a little bit more around the world. Albania has the most coffee houses per capita of anywhere in the world as of 2016. They edged out Spain in that year.
Wow.
There are 654 coffee houses per 100,000 residents of Albania, which has a 2.5 million people population.
Wow.
I tried to figure out the math of how many shops per person that is. I didn't know which things to put where.
Coffee per Albanian equations.
Yeah. In Italy,
Gotcha.
espresso is the default. If you don't order a cup of coffee, you order a cup of espresso.
Mm-hmm.
If you drink coffee, that is not molto bene. Today.
Yeah. Well,
you drink it
too fucking bad, Italians.
You order espresso, you drink it at the counter. You don't take it to go. What are you in such a rush for?
I mean, I agree with not enjoying people who are in a rush. I agree with that. I just don't cotton much to people telling me where and when I can drink my own little espresso.
And how much sugar to not put in it.
That's right. If I want to never put any sugar ever in it, back on the range,
well,
what we tend to do... What's up? No, I'm done.
You really wouldn't like this, Jay. They want you drink espresso, you drink it there. If it's got milk in it and it's a cappuccino, it better be before 11 a.m. If you're drinking a cappuccino after 11 a.m., you got a problem.
Ugh.
You got a big problem.
Seems like, yeah, I mean, like, going on vacation to Italy, it'd be like, hey, is it okay if I do this thing now? Is anybody going to flip their shit?
Let me check my watch.
Yeah. Do you mind if I drink this fucking coffee? Jesus.
Let's move over to Sweden, where they have their own rules. They have something called fika or fika. A fika is a break with a beverage. The beverage is coffee, unless you're a child. And the snack, beverage and a snack, whatever kind of snack you want, probably a Danish. It is rude to not take fika. It's considered rude to not take a coffee break or not to join a coffee break.
Yeah, I could see that. Sure. It's like, oh, you're gonna stay and keep working and make us all feel lazy or some shit.
Yeah, like on the level of people telling me what to do or what not to do. I would rather go to the place where they tell me you have to not do anything for 10 minutes. But still, It's like, well, but I was kind of in the middle of something.
Yeah, you're right. Even then, it's like, that's cool. Bye.
You enjoy your fika. Mm-hmm. I'm like in the middle of this, so
Feel free to be offended.
I'll have my coffee in like a little while.
Yeah, you'd be in the middle of a Tetris game.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, don't want to stop.
You can't stop.
We know. Yep.
Oh my God, the whole thing is momentum. You can't stop for fika. You unpause it. You are not remembering how fast it was.
Right.
Your blood's not boiling at that level.
Right.
You're toast. You can start all over.
You're toast. You're done.
Just refresh, start a new game.
Just start a new game.
In Hong Kong, in 1936, they invented something called yun yung. They were the first people that ever thought, hey, some of you like your coffee? Some of you like the tea?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Here's both in one glass. Both together. They invented that. It took until 1936 for anybody ever come up with that.
That's just coffee with a little weird extra little bit of water in it.
It doesn't sound good to me.
It doesn't sound like you'd ever taste the fucking tea. I'm sure they got it down just so to where it's I'm sure.
Well, I mean, whatever it is, good for them for like seeing the untapped market,
sure.
And that shit's wildly popular over there apparently. That's some build a better mousetrap shit.
Throw 2 stones at one bird. That's how you do it. The old 1-2. A little bit of wisdom for you.
Speaking of people who invented things that are coffee, Dunkin' Donuts did not invent putting booze in coffee. Ireland actually did invent Irish coffee.
I'll believe that. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that always seemed like a thing where it's like, is it okay to call it that?
Like Hershey's made it in like 1979. It's like a product or some shit. Yeah.
And then lastly, we return. We swing back around. We swing back around and then just a little more back to the UK for our final 2 things here. In a 1661 tract, back when the Pope had just said it's okay and everybody was figuring it out still, a tract, which is a distributable little, it's like a zine, like a zine for back then.
It's a zine.
It's ye old zine.
Ye old zine.
An anonymous one listed the benefits of coffee thusly. "'Tis extolled for drying up the crudities of the stomach and expelling fumes out of the head. Excellent berry, which can cleanse the Englishman's stomach of phlegm and expel giddiness out of his head." And that's what the English thought of coffee then. They were loving it then. They also thought it could cure scurvy, which I don't know. So for at least a little while, England really did like coffee. Maybe more than tea even. Maybe.
Yeah, they couldn't have just said we like it. They had to sell that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's a tract.
I guess so.
Then, though, just 13 years later, another tract written by the Women's Petition Against Coffee declares...
Rare. I'm sorry.
"The excessive use of that newfangled, abominable, heathenish liquor called coffee has eunuched our husbands, crippled our more kind gallants, that they are become as impotent."
So these ladies of
I'm
England...
sure it was the coffee ladies.
"What are you saying? What are you getting at? Do you not think someone would want to have big love to me?"
So,
It's like the teeth.
So, English ladies felt like the husbands were...
You know, that old coffee dick.
Yeah. And,
we've all been there.
And so they all were like, all right, we'll switch it to you then. All right, okay.
Keeps happening.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn. Hot water with bread, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Anything to please the missus, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And that's coffee in the world.
Interesting. All good facts.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Pretty old school fact blade and heavy facts. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, Jay. Give us a beat.
Ba 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 ba.
Why coffee?
Cut. Action. That's a beat. Aw.
Aw. Ba 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 ba.
Sip, 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 sip,
That's a
sip,
beat.
sip, 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 sip. Well, I'm part of the Women's Petition Against Coffee, and I'm here to say, coffee made my husband This makes dick go away.
Is that right? Have you tried, like, wearing some risky clothing, or...
You talking about me petticoats?
Well, have you tried taking your petticoats off, or...
You drink a cup of coffee right now and stop that kind of talk.
Has your husband tried drinking toasted bread dissolved in water? That'll get him rack hard.
Here we are on segment 3. We're going to talk about why coffee, and we're going to be fighting the algorithm the whole time that we do it.
That's right.
That algorithm doesn't stand a chance
Mm-hmm.
against the Oz. Why coffee?
You think the algorithm would like this?
What?
I don't think so.
It didn't look like it liked it.
Not a one bit.
Also, Bubba is nowhere to be seen now. I think he got suddenly camera shy. Give him the world. What's he do with it? Like a British man on coffee.
Yeah. It's like, I hope my legs look good. You have, like, all 8 of them? They're going to all look perfect at the same time. You just got to get on camera anyways.
So then, Jay.
So we can dug a donut in it.
That's why.
That's why.
That's why. So you can have an excuse of why you're kind of an asshole for the first little part of the day.
Mm-hmm. How much of coffee's effect is placebo? You know? And that's not me directly questioning, like, I'm not like a truther as far as caffeine, like a no caffeiner. Like, that's a fucking lie. Like, sure, of course, it does have an actual physiological effect, but
Sure.
like, how much upon that is added an adjustment in attitude just from drinking a cup of coffee? Like, now I can do it. Now I'm gonna have the energy. Now my husband is gonna have a limp dick, and I can get done with the rest of the day's work as an English woman.
Yeah.
You know?
Get to the work of writing my tracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly some amount of it, because you will hear from people who've quit coffee and they're like, I switched to matcha, and now I run 8 miles every day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I won't drink matcha. I don't have time for that.
So yeah, some of it, but I also, I mean, caffeine is a real thing. I've lived it.
Again, it's true, but I wonder, like, on average for the normal person, probably is doubled in effectivity.
Yes.
Anyways.
Well, and I just was going to say, and whoever it's not doubled like that for, that person is not normal and should watch out. See segment 1. But yes, there is most definitely it allows for behaviors.
Gives license.
Yes. Where you can be like rude to that person and say, sorry.
My coffee license, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You can see it's only at half a cup so far.
Yeah.
That's why I called you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or in the other arena, a person who's like, I'm doing 8 things. I drank 2 cups of coffee, so I can do all of the 8 things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that person could have done those 8 things anyway.
Surely. But they wouldn't have felt as good about it. And maybe they could have also just felt good about it anyway.
Yeah. And I'm going to take the why seriously for a moment, if I may. Why coffee? We like anything.
Just immediately.
We like anything that makes our brain feel different than it does without it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And coffee does this.
It's so true.
without the coffee in the morning, I feel like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
With the coffee in the morning, I feel like, ugh, for less time.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind as well.
You've given your mind license to not feel
Yes.
Now it has a reason to not feel
There's the person who says, don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. The human brain says, don't talk to me until you gave me something to do.
Yeah.
It's boring up here. I'm going to make you think about how you're dying, or you better give me something to do.
I can't go anywhere. I can't just leave. I'm just up here the whole time.
So, okay.
I just fuck with you for entertainment.
Yeah, you suck and everyone's mad at you. Drink some coffee. Drink some this. Do some that. Smoke a cigarette.
If you don't watch the Olympics, you'll never be able to talk to anybody this month.
Shoot me up.
That's how it fucking feels, man.
Mm-hmm. That's why.
Yeah.
Because the human brain is an asshole sometimes.
Yeah. It must be stirred.
Mm-hmm.
It must always be stirred.
The human brain, Jay, is not unlike the algorithm, feeding you things that you are not necessarily
so
looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The algorithm, if you do not enter it, gives you suggested watch. Hey, since you aren't watching anything, maybe you want to watch this. It's a memory of something horrible that happened to you.
Yeah. Fucking algorithms.
Yeah.
And once you watch that, it's not good enough. It's just going to keep doing it. It's not going to stop.
No. It's on autoplay, and you can't turn autoplay off.
That's right.
Except with substances.
Well, you got all them funny fellers living up in them temples. And they say if you don't have no attachments, you can keep your brain unstirred.
That's right.
That is a thing they say.
And we are the podcast version of them fellas.
Yeah.
We got over here Deep Rock Jay and the Dolly Zach. And we're gonna teach you to fight that algorithm.
Let's do a guided meditation now.
Let's do it.
And how to fight the algorithm. Okay.
Ha 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 ha.
So you're on your internet browser. Okay? And you go to Google.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay? And now we're putting into the search bar the thing that makes us feel like we need to do something, anything. And we're pushing, I'm feeling lucky. And when the website pulls up, it's coffee. And you can buy coffee. But not for your mouth, for your soul. On the count of 3, you'll wake up and go to Starbucks for their new promotional mocha latte jazz.
With gin.
With gin. Half off. License required. Or other identification for this 21 and over beverage. Bye. How do you feel?
I feel great.
That was cool. That worked.
It worked.
Let's go to Starbucks.
Let's go. I have to go get a passport first, I think. Yeah. We want to think different or not think at all. Coffee is a version of doing that where you also can function. It's accepted in the world. Like, oh, that guy's on coffee. That's why he's acting like that. Or that guy's not on coffee. That's why he's acting like that.
Yeah.
David Lynch sells coffee and drinks so much coffee. He's a very zen guy.
Yeah. How? Let's. You know what? I'm gonna say let's zoom it out even a little bit further.
Let's do it.
Why must the brain be stirred? Why? Is coffee because of chemical reactions?
Yes.
Because chemicals interacting with other chemicals?
Yes. I mean, okay. Let's take me. I'm on the decaf now.
We're all thankful.
Yeah, I was really flying off the handle before that. I forget what that one was.
Yeah, me too.
No, I don't think you do. What was that? What was that one?
It was one of the funny voice things that you did. I know that much.
Oh.
That's what I remember.
Pretty safe to say. Not that you don't do that too, but I know a lot of mine were on there today. I do it for the flavor, for the heat, for the comfort.
Mm-hmm.
But had I not started on unleaded,
You didn't put no sugar shit in there, did you? Nothing like that, right? You just kept it like black coffee, right?
I never did it once.
Hell yeah.
Never, not once. People tried to get me to do it.
Yeah.
I said, no.
You listen to Metallica?
I only ever listened to Metallica. Never, not once did I not. But had I not started on calf, would I now enjoy decaf? Is there some part of the decaf drinker that is recalling the memory of the calf? And that place that it puts me into in my mind.
You wouldn't have known where to go with the decaf coffee.
Yes.
Had you not drank the one with all that caffeine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of the comfort and nostalgia and nuance of coffee does come from that.
Again, it gives license not only in that you can drive, but in that you feel like you can drive. You know the rules of the road, and so you know what it's supposed to be that's more positive of a framework. And then you can dump the fucking caffeine and just get there because you have the raw material physiologically without the fucking caffeine.
Yes.
You know?
Okay.
Like fucking acid. No, I'm just joking.
Well, before we get into acid, we got about 7 minutes left here. So let's make sure we've done our due diligence real quick.
Let's.
Coffee obviously goes to Pinewood. Let's not fucking around.
Yeah.
Coffee's in Pinewood twice. There's enough up there for everyone that's up there.
Coffee makers across Pinewood.
Absolutely. And everybody has hard dicks even regardless of how much if it's up there. Everybody's
hard
doing
dicks
fine.
even so. Yeah.
Yes. The villain of coffee. Now, normally, one would say, if two things are similar, that they're coworkers. Is tea coffee's coworker, or is it its arch nemesis?
Right.
Never has there been a more Batman-Joker relationship than coffee to tea.
Yeah.
They couldn't exist without each other.
Yeah.
But they are diametrically opposed unless you're in Hong Kong, where who knows what the Batman and the Joker would do if they were over there.
Mm-hmm.
They probably put it all aside for a day. Just explore that wonderful city.
Yeah. I think you're right. The closeness, it only engenders the antithetical truth underneath the apparent similarities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. The lesson, you said one way early that was so good. And in the moment, I was like, that's the lesson for later.
Me too. I remember it.
Totally forget what it was. Go back and find it. Or you probably heard it and knew what it was when it got said.
Just put it on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
We want to provide a space online for our viewers where they can escape the influence of the algorithms which so presumptuously seek to direct your attention without your consent. We know you're here because you actually want to be here, and we appreciate that. We want to keep it that way. So keep on watching and tell everybody else, because that's the real life, antithesis to an algorithm. Hey, this is cool. When did we stop doing that as a nation? That's so true.
There you go. And now I have the twist. Full disclosure, I thought of this twist much earlier in the day. I awoke to the twist.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Normally we don't like to have things pre-planned. But I thought of it this morning. This has to be the twist. It's a confession. Do you remember when I threw that big party and we were all drinking so much coffee and everybody got so fucking nuts and jacked up on all the coffee? They were going crazy. There's lots of things that happened at that party that we don't talk about because everybody was just going so crazy on the coffee. Well, at that coffee kegger,
yeah,
it was decaf. It was decaf in the coffee keg. And all that crazy shit everybody did, placebo effect. That's all stuff they really wanted to do anyway.
I went to court over what was on social media after that night.
I know. And I never thought I would bring this up. When you said let's do a coffee episode, I have been living in dread.
So I was just capable of all that without like a drop of caffeine in me.
All of us that were at the party, except for me, were. And I didn't do it to be like a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
I just... I didn't think everybody would be like that.
Yeah.
And then by the time they were, it was like too late to say anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So...
If you had shown somebody doing that to a mother-in-law and then told me it was me, after, I would be like, that's just the caffeine.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't.
And that dead goat is ultimately that blood is on my hands ultimately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What happened to old Mr. Williker's flower bed is on me.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on me. Again, I didn't do it to trick anyone.
Yeah. Well, at least don't put fucking sugar in my coffee. Right?
And I didn't. I didn't even have sugar available at that party. Because, again, I was not trying to have people go crazy.
Yeah. It's just the kind of shit that you can do,
Yeah. But, look, I want to promise. I mean, I don't think I ever want to have another coffee kegger because of how that one went. Just with that being the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if I ever did have one, I promise I'm not going to do that again.
Well, you asked me. It sounds like we should have one with real caffeine and see what really is going to fucking happen.
Have a real coffee kegger.
Yeah. Shit, man.
All right. Next time the dean is on his annual ski trip, we'll do it.
All right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I hate that fucking dean.
Who's he kidding? So anyways, that's the biz.
That's the biz. We got a minute left. We got 40 seconds left. Do we want to nail down one extra detail about Bram Stoker's Elvis?
Right.
What would his weakness be? The toilet.
You drive a toilet into his heart.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Into his heart or into his butt? This is the part of the sign-off that I say. Did you want to say what you were going to say?
I've been jacked up on caffeine this whole time. I forgot what fucking time it was. Did we just do an episode?
Yeah.
Well, this is the coffee, but I drink. Wait, this is part of the sign off. I say, cut.
Okay, let's try it again.
Action.
Welcome to Metaphiles. This is the podcast that talks to you. I'm, of course, Zach.
I'm Jason.
And here on this episode, we are going to discuss
Cut.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, action.
This is the part of the sign-off that I say.
This is part of the sign off that I say. Oh, cut.
Hello there. It's almost the end of the show, but not quite. I'm Zach Caffrey,
I'm Jason Ford.
and you just watched the episode of Metaphiles that you watched, and now you're seeing this, and it's the part where we say, it's like us, subscribe to us, comment about it,
Get on our shit.
get on it, build a little community with us. You're all a part of it. It's a nice little world we have here.
It's just a big ball of liking and subscribing and comments.
And it's wonderful to do. And you like doing it. You do.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And this week, why not make a comment about bye.
Bye-bye.
Metaphiles.